Jason to finish up something. I have a lot I kind of want to talk about, but I'm nervous about sharing it with you guys, I'll be honest. Because I'm just not sure how it's going to be perceived. I could do a lot of talking in this one. That's going to lead up to some bigger stuff that's happening after hay season. We'll see, hopefully. See what happens. You ready, buddy? Last day of baling? Hey, are you ready? Ready to go? Ready? Oh, we gotta get all those bales picked up. I think there's like 500 out there, 600 maybe. I'm not real sure. Shop looks so good. It's another full day of baling hay, hauling hay, and hopefully beating the rain. So last night we just loaded the semis up with big squares, dropped them off at the barn. I call it the pavilion. It holds all our big squares over at the creek farm where the cows are. Just worked better into where we built it last summer. It's a 90, no, that's a shop. Shop's 90 edition. I'd have to check the measurements here for this barn. I want to say it's 75. Each row is 6 high by 6 wide, so there's 36 big squares in one row. Jason knows the math on it, but I don't, obviously. I'm gonna walk and check cows real quick because it's not too far and I need to get in my cardio anyway while he does that. Walk and talk. This is probably, more than likely, unless the good Lord just gives us a great window next week, our last week of hay, like last day. There's our corn silage pit that we did last week that you guys are probably just watching. Maybe you can watch it here. You can go back and watch it. Totally lost the train of thought. It happens. As you guys will see later on, because I just haven't had time to edit because I've been literally non-stop going since the plane touched down in St. Louis last week. We finished fencing, we moved cows, we did 3 days of corn silage, and then this last week has been nothing but hay. The girls are kind of spread out this morning, so I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough. Obviously, this is typically hay ground. We got permission from the landowners to utilize it for the calving cows this year because we won't have time to cut it a second time, and we really needed the extra grass. Obviously, we had the cows there, and down there is where we have our bottom alfalfa that we will bale today. I know there was one new baby as of Tuesday. Maybe, no, two new babies that are little red, white-faced baldies. One of them is out of our Greg Judy cows, so really excited about that. Some of you guys have asked about the kind of difference in the cows coloring. You know, for one, it really doesn't make any difference to me. I'm just happy to have cows because as it stands right now, they are a hobby. We are working on regenerative farming and really taking care of the soil, the land, the grass, and our animals. So color right now really has no value to me. We're not into selling pot loads of cows or calves when we wean. That's not our ideal goal right now. Our ideal goal is to build our herd and have heifers. I'd like to start doing some heifer replacement breeding as the years go on and we get really kind of honed into this whole cattle regenerative grazing, rotational grazing, grass niche that we find ourselves in. Obviously, Jason is very good at the grass. He is awesome at growing grass. It's the name of our game. It pays our bills. So it makes sense that we would have rotational grazing for our cows. a lot of those things are going to be coming. Vlogs on how we started, how we got where we are today with the cattle, with the farming, with the grass. I really want to teach you guys how you all can do this as a first generation farmer. Or maybe you're a fifth generation farmer and you just want to take better care of your ground. That's my end goal here. I really want to teach and add value to your day while taking you along with me. So next week, ideally, we are going to be weaning these spring calves off. We'll have to move them to a different part of the paddock spacing. We don't have fancy corral pens sitting here. We don't have a portable chute. Jason's working on one of our roads to fix where we rent at. I'm working on some new stuff for the blog. He was, the culvert had kind of fallen in and shifted from us driving the semis over it, so we needed to fix the roadway just to make it a little bit more safer. Carol's hauling a load of rock for us this morning, and I'm just trying to compile all my notes into one little, well, two little notebooks. We've really shifted, well, not we, I have really shifted like my point of view the last few weeks. I have not really talked about Colorado very much, other than it was hands down the best experience and more than I was anticipating. I got to meet Meredith, I got to meet Natalie, I got to hug these amazing women, but what I walked away with was so much more. So there's a lot going on with the whole CFW brand regarding Chronicles of a Farmer's Wife. If you guys follow us on social media, Instagram and Facebook, I talk about it a lot there, just because it's a little bit different audience than what I have here. So I'm trying to find that happy medium to merge them both together. So you'll kind of see that take place more here a little bit, but it's not going to really change much other than how I view things. This channel was an extension off my blog, Chronicles of a Farmer's Wife. As many of you know, I went from being in finance to being the farm wife to now being the farmer. And that's something I take a lot of pride in, something I really do enjoy and I love. Yes, there are hard days, but farming is hard. It's not for everybody, obviously, and I'm very blessed to do it with my best friend, who happens to also be my husband. We take a lot of pride in that. You know, we're first generation farmers. I talked about it this morning on the little short 8-minute walk clip that I had. I really wanted to take YouTube live. It was not working, so I just kind of compiled my thoughts and sent it out, and then this is later in. Anyway, there are some changes going on regarding the CFW brand. We are still Wieczorek Farms. I'm still Kayla. I'm still going to put out videos. It's just going to be a lot of my point of view. So yeah, you'll see the kids, and yes, you'll see Jason in, you know, different aspects, but it's through my eyes, hence Chronicles of a Farmer's Wife. But with that, I had to rebrand and really hone in on what CFW meant to me. So we talked to Farm Focus, and we kind of changed things around, and now you'll find us under my logo here. I incorporated the rising hay windrows that Jason and I have on our regular logo for our farm. I also included our JKW brand. Those are things that are really important to me. JKW was intertwining our initials to become a whole. He's laughing at me because he knows I'm talking to you guys. And I have Ryder in here with me, but we have new merch coming. We have new things dropping over the next few months, and I am so excited for it, you guys. This is just another level of me you guys are getting. The newsletter, the Farmer's Corner, you guys can subscribe to it. You don't have to, I'm not forcing you, but it's out there. It's going to hit on you know, being a farmer, being a first farm generation, it's going to be hitting on regenerative ag and all that entails, you know, from cattle and horses and fencing and rotational grazing and the difference between grass-fed and just all these different things, you know, soil health. All this stuff makes up a grander scheme. You're going to see a lot of my faith come out in the newsletter, a lot of talking about mental health, because I feel like it's something that's not talked about or shared enough within the farming agriculture community. So the newsletter is something that's new, and I'm so excited for. If it's something you guys are into, visit the blog. You can subscribe there. I'm not forcing you, I'm not begging you, but it's out there for you all to read and be a part more of our everyday, and you know what I am and who I represent, and an extension of me, the Chronicles of a Farmer's Wife. However scary that may be, but I have rambled another 5 minutes, and that seems to be a lot of my what I'm doing of late, is a lot of rambling, a lot of handwritten notes. I type a lot, but I write a lot, and that's kind of my thing. It's journaling is how I mentally process some stuff. So, anywho, that's me in a nutshell. But yes, lots of big stuff going on. Still me, still Wieczorek Farms, just maybe a little deeper. Both loaded. Well, my load is bigger than his load because I have a full load, and he has to bring the skid loader. So now it's more hay to haul. I mean, bale. I'm so tired, I don't even know what we're doing. But the hay is up, so we've got the last of the hay baled. Besides the small spares from the homestead that I baled yesterday, he'll work on that after he gets me going at the other fields, because we got to get it done today. There's about 65, 70 acres of alfalfa left to bale and then haul in, and then we are done with the 2021 season of hay. He'll finish raking while I start baling. the only one you need. I think this field just brings bad luck. We cut, I don't know if it was first or second cut, baler went down, 200 bales in. Because I literally have not even got one bale on the counter yet, and she's having issues. Okay. Back there.
I don't know. How are you looking at it?
You're looking at it. Aren't you glad we didn't mow any more down?
Yep. Be ready for snow.
Snow?
After tomorrow.
After tomorrow. Can we just get through the next night? I'm not wanting snow. Not yet. This last week of hay has been stressful. Top knotter failure. But look at that rainbow.